I've lived between languages most of my life, not just across countries, but within my country of origin. I grew up moving between Scotland, the north of England, and later the south. Switching between different Englishes taught me early on that language isn't fixed. Vocabulary, rhythm, tone, even the way people expect you to speak, all of it changes depending on where you are and who you're with. That was my first real lesson in how language shapes identity. Later, I moved to Spain, Hungary, and then Italy. Each time I had to start again. New language, new social rules, new version of me. It wasn't just about getting by. It was the moments when I would speak and hear myself sounding blunter than I meant to, or oddly childlike, like I had lost access to a part of my intelligence. I knew what I wanted to say, but the language stripped away the nuance. It made me seem less capable than I was, even to myself. In Spain, I spoke Spanish so much that I almost forgot who I was in English. It didn't just affect my vocabulary, it shifted how I thought, what I noticed, and how I saw myself. Language had a direct effect on power and confidence, not just in how I communicated with others, but how I felt inside my own skin. Over time, I began to notice how little of this is ever acknowledged. People talk about fluency and grammar, but not about what it does to your sense of self when your ideas feel diluted. Not about the moments you go quiet, not because you have nothing to say, but because you're saying it no longer feels natural. Not about how language can make you feel less intelligent, even when you're not. This course came from those moments, from watching what changes when we move between languages, not just the words, but how we show up, how we're heard, how much of ourselves we hold back without meaning to. You won't find a lot of grammar advice here. What you'll find is a chance to rethink how language affects your identity, your expression, and your presence. There are practical tools as well, ways to notice what gets lost in translation, and how to bring more of yourself back into how you speak. Not to sound more native, but to sound more like you.